Wake up, wake up.
This is a brand new episode of Wake Up Right
Wake up.
with your workout buddies, April and sometimes Jenna. Your HIIT podcast, your much needed hit of encouragement, empowerment, and motivation to live and grow each day a little brighter.
Just have to get it done.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 0 of our podcast.
Our little pilot.
Our little pilot episode. We are figuring things out, but we want to go ahead and get the ball rolling. And so here we are. April, and this is...
Hi, I'm Jenna.
And I just thought we would kind of just talk back and forth a little bit. We haven't really had a conversation outside of this, except for texting and stuff for like a whole month.
And I think we haven't really shared information. Like, I don't know. I feel like we've been waiting for this somehow.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Well, I'm just busy.
Like accident, we're kind of being like waiting for this moment to share all of it. And be like,
I feel like anytime something really obnoxious happens, we have a pretty intense texting conversation to like let it all out. But then as far as like day to day, like all of the happy, we really don't talk about that much.
Yeah.
So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hannah's birthday was yesterday. How was it?
It was good. We tried to get breakfast, but this place is tiny, and we went to Rolla and it only had like 3 restaurants that served breakfast, and all of them were full. So
oh no,
that was it. We just really wanted some biscuits and gravy, and the IHOP at Rolla does not sell biscuits and gravy, so we got mad.
And I tried to go to that IHOP one time, and we ended up just leaving. They were completely empty, but they had like a line out. There were nobody sitting at any tables, but they had a line out of the door. And so we walked in and we were like, whoops.
That's how it was yesterday too. Well, I saw that they had people inside, but then when I went and asked how long the wait time is, like 25 to 30 minutes, but then they were like each 30 people waiting to get seated. So I'm like, you're never gonna keep, like, it's never gonna be 30. It's gonna be like hour or so, like, goodbye.
Yeah, it's interesting. Wow, I'm sorry you didn't get to have breakfast. You have to get him to take you to that pancake house place in Osage Beach.
We are hopefully going next weekend. I'm planning.
Awesome.
I'm planning. Awesome. He doesn't know. I told him I want to go there.
Life really is. Yeah. I loved his balloons and stuff that he sent you.
I was surprised. He set them up the night before, and then he was like grumpy in the morning, like, "Well, are you getting out of bed?" I'm like, "I don't know, like, am I allowed to? Like, I don't know, like, you told me earlier that I can't get up before certain times." So I'm like, because Noah was up already, and I was like, "Okay." He was like, "Well, Noah's gonna ruin everything." I'm like, "You just told me, so I would have gotten out of bed already."
That's too funny. But it was really cute, his little setup, which he like picked everything out last year too for your party. I was pretty impressed last year. They had like all the balloons and stuff, like the different colors.
And I think he got them like last minute at Walmart again. But he's always like, "Well, I can't do anything in secret for me." I'm like, "Yes, you can. You go to work every day. I have no idea what you do. Like, you leave the house and you just appear back at random times." So I'm like, "I don't know. Like, obviously you could go and do whatever." So
that's funny.
That's an excuse.
Well, I hope you had a good birthday, and I hope this is a good year. Moving is going to be good. DC is going to be good.
It's my last year as 20-something, so.
Speaking of that, so we spent your birthday in a field in the middle of North Carolina because Ricky did a Spartan race yesterday.
Yeah, I saw the story. So,
yeah, it was a lot of fun. So then today, it like in Facebook memories popped up. His first Spartan race, he actually did 6 years ago. He looked like such a baby. And he was like talking about like they had one obstacle that they had at the first one he did too. And he was like, it was so easy. And it was like a struggle for him this time, but he was so tiny. He was so tiny.
Well, it's a struggle after years of school and no PT. So
yeah, which he's been working out quite a bit since we got here. Mm-hmm. So
well, that's good.
He's been running most days because when we first got here, I signed him up for the races. And
yeah, like surprise.
That's why you saying 29 made me think of it, because what would you think about next April doing a Spartan race with me?
Ooh, I think we should do it.
Me too. That'll be fun, and we
This
can
might
chat
be
about it on the
yeah.
podcast.
This next thing might have to cut it out. But what about your fertility stuff and maybe if you're both pregnant at the time?
I think if we're both pregnant, the reality is you don't have to do, and if you're not doing it competitively, you can skip any obstacle you want to.
Oh yeah.
So if you
Because
do it
I'm hoping
competitive
that you're
for
gonna
age
get that
group,
baby.
yeah, if you do it competitive for age group, then you have to do, and that's what your 29 made me think of it, because
Mhm.
29 is like the end of the age group. It's like 25 to 29, 30 to
Oh,
35,
got it.
something like that. But anyway, and I figured if one of us was going to want to be super competitive, it would probably be you.
As
I
usual.
want to be competitive. I know there's even doing it all the way in April, there's no chance that I'm going to lose weight and get competitive. And this isn't something, the lighter you are, the better the faster you're able to go.
But I feel like if you would specifically start training for that, that would make you lose weight too. Like that would.
I think so too. And that's, I
support
really
your weight loss.
In my mind, before I even signed him up, I was thinking about this in Missouri. I was like, as soon as I can do a burpee, I'm going to sign up for a Spartan race. I can't do a full burpee yet.
You can do many burpees. You can do a bunch of stuff.
like a modified burpee, but I know by April I'll be able to do burpees.
I think you could do a burpee already if you just did it. You're just being like,
this is why I love working out with you so much, because you encourage me to push beyond, and having someone there that I know will tell me if I'm about to kill myself or hurt myself,
oh yeah, so you're not alone, just suffering. They're like, oh crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited that you want to do it. I can't remember if it's in Fayetteville or up close to you. I think it's in Fayetteville.
We have a lot of options to go and do in many places.
We do. So, and then in October, there's one close to where you guys are going to be. So I think that's the Beast. So Ricky's
October?
Do what?
This year?
Yeah, this year in October. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, if you want to come be a spectator with me, that would be fun. Or if you wanted to run it, or Tanner wanted to run it, I can always hang out. Noah can hang out with me if you wanted to. But I think it would be more fun for you to wait and do your first Spartan when I did my first Spartan race.
That'd be fun.
In April. But yeah, we'll be I think we'll just be an hour or so away from you for that race.
Well, that's not bad at all. And you can stay at our place if you want to.
Oh, it'll be fun. Yeah, I know we're going to do one close to Asheville, and I think we're going to stay in the Biltmore. Mm-hmm. So we're going to try and do.
Yeah, Asheville is about 4 hours from Fort Bragg or Fayetteville. Yeah. We went there with my mom, and my mom's visiting 2019. Yeah, that's when it's a pretty place. I'm
pretty excited. I know it's within the radius that they're allowed to go, so we don't have to get an extra pass or anything. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, and I'm excited about potentially staying in the Biltmore. Did you guys go there at all when you were here, the Biltmore estate? It's the largest estate in the US. I don't know a lot about it. I just know way back when I first got out of school, when I first finished college, I for work, I had to travel a lot. So I went and got a suitcase thing, and the suitcase brand was Biltmore. And so I was and I had a picture of the estate on it. I was like, what is this? And that's when I
now I want to get Google Biltmore because I don't know what it is.
It's pretty cool. It's really pretty. Yeah. I'm excited about seeing it in person. Even if we don't stay there, we're definitely going to go look at it while we're there for the weekend.
Did not go in there. I didn't even know that it existed. Oh my God. We're going to be in Murphy, North Carolina in the beginning of October for the wedding. For a wedding. I wonder how far that is. Murphy's farther away than Asheville. I'm going to drive through Asheville. When is the Spartan race?
The one he's running is in July. So the one that he's running that's close to where you guys are is in, I think it's Halloween weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it'll be fun.
That's fun. Murphy, North Carolina. I was
close to Noah's
excited that we're
birthday,
gonna be closer to, North Carolina and for the wedding in October. Then both me and Tanner are gonna be in the wedding party. But then I realized it's so far on like it's almost Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang it, we're gonna be as far as we are now. So it doesn't really do any difference. Hold on, it's a 10-hour drive
Yeah.
from this location in a city from Virginia. We're gonna be.
Oh, wow. That's
Mhm.
far because we're about 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours, right? From where you're going to be.
Yep,
Something like that.
it's 9 hours from Belvoir to Murphy, North Carolina. So it's only an hour difference from freaking Fort Norwood. That's fun. And then the wedding that was in this last May that I went to, that would have been just 4 to 5 hours from the base that we're going to. I'm like,
Yeah.
why cannot?
I'm
Why can't
excited.
it be the other way around?
I'm ready for y'all to just go ahead and move.
Me too. I am done, but I have so much to pack because I have to pack all by myself because there's
Yeah, but that's the
no
better
easy
way.
stuff.
Like, I mean, and you have time. Like, I wish I would have known everything. Not even, I didn't even need to know how bad the move stuff was going to go. I just wish I would have known that the dates were going to be like they were.
Mm.
And then I would have planned starting in like March to do it ourselves. And I would have started packing things up and like been systematic instead of like going into schedule,
Yeah.
not getting our orders until all of the things. But
Yeah, I already started a little bit, but then I just need because Noah's in the way. I cannot pretty much do anything if he's away because he's just gonna pull stuff out from the boxes and just throw it around, jump on the
He's so
boxes.
cute. So next up, we want to tell you a little bit about ourselves. I'm April. I have a YouTube channel after my name, April Lauren. And I always say, welcome to my channel, Wake Up Bright, even though my channel is kind of April Lauren, because I just like it. And that's my website, wakeupbright.com. And that's the name of this very podcast, Wake Up Bright with April and Jenna. So I have that. I went to school for communications and public relations and English, and I love fitness. I started working for a fitness company, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, 6 years ago. And then last year I was laid off, and I have a passion for fitness and for all things that help me live each day a little brighter. I am married to someone who is in the military. We have 2 dogs, Julio Jones and Chipper. Well, Julio Bones. Don't even know my own dog's names. Julio Bones and Chipper Bones, named after Julio Jones and Chipper Jones. So I guess we are now Titans fans since Julio has moved on from the Falcons, which is my husband's favorite football team. But that's just a little bit, I guess a little bit more. Just keep talking. Was about to say something and I'm like, be quiet. I'm not done. I'm from Alabama. That's where I was born, but I kind of grew up all over the United States before we landed back in Alabama. And that's where I went to high school and then college and started working right after college in Tuscaloosa. So roll tide, and I'll turn it over to Jenna.
I don't even know what to say after that. That was so professional. I'm just here like, crickets, crickets, crickets. So, hi everyone. I don't know if you're coming from YouTube or you just randomly stumbled across our creation. But yeah, my name is Jenna and I'm originally from Finland, so you probably can hear me struggle with things every once in a while. What else? So I did track and field for the longest time, I feel like, most of my younger life, and I stopped competing when I was 20. So I forgot that I'm getting older. I thought I was still like 22. But yeah, I did track and field for a while, and I was trying to do it professionally. Then I quit and just hit the gym occasionally, and then I started kickboxing for a year. And then I moved to Estonia and stopped kickboxing because I was studying. I did my bachelor's in law, and then I have my master's in law. So something completely opposite. And I sometimes wish I would have done it in something else, but here we are. I'm married to someone in the military also, and that's how. No, we kind of ended up here. And I also have a son and a dog. So my son's name is Noah, and my furry child's name is Urho, which is a hard name for native English speakers to pronounce. But yeah.
Wait, say his name again. Do I say his
Urho.
name wrong?
Urho.
Orho?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of say it right.
Yeah.
I kind of
It's
say
just
it
the
right.
R that is different for native English speakers than because we roll our R's in Finnish. I feel like Spanish speaking people know how to say it because they roll the R's too.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to try. So I'm not going to, but as soon as we get off the car, I'm gonna I don't think I ever realized that I said his name differently than you do.
Yeah. It's
So
just in Finnish we pronounce like every letter of the word. I know English speakers don't do that. That's why a lot of people spell differently how they know.
Well, I do pronounce, I feel like every letter in his name, but that's because I'm Southern, so I drag out every syllable.
Maybe
so
that's why it's easier for you to finish words. Tanner definitely, I don't know, Tanner sounds so Italian when he's trying to speak Finnish. The emphasis is not really on the right places, you know.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, now that you know a little bit about us, we have been workout buddies. We'll talk a little bit about both of us together. We've been workout buddies. Well, I guess we're kind of not, but we kind of still are. We've been workout buddies for a little over a year.
Yes, we were. That I don't know how it went so fast.
It did. It went so fast. And we just have a lot of fun. And I started my weight loss journey on YouTube, and it caught wind a little bit. And I've always been fascinated with the radio. I know podcasts aren't radio, but it's similar.
Well, kinda. I feel like it's the future thing. Well, we're doing a video now, but usually.
Yeah. So I always used to joke with my friends and stuff growing up that we should be radio hosts, because I'm like, oh, we're so funny. we should be radio hosts. And this time I've jokingly said that to Yenna, but it wasn't so much of a joke. I'm like, we should do a podcast.
Yeah, you've been talking about it for a while, and I'm like, no, here we are.
Well, I feel like whenever I've asked you, you've always been like, yeah, and then you're like, maybe not. Yeah,
you should do it.
Maybe no. So we'll see. If it's not something that we both enjoy, then it might change a little bit, but I think we're going to enjoy it. We always have good conversation, I feel like, and we both love fitness. So we want to continue our workout buddy relationship as podcast buddies, and we want to share our love of fitness with you, and keep you company while you're going for walks or runs or hiking or just working out or vacuuming and cleaning your house, whatever you're doing. We just want to be your workout buddies via podcast. Anything you would like to add to the about us?
You're a professional. I'm just here for the ride. I'm just trying to learn what to do.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
That's literally what it is. I'm just good thing you can't really see that much. So I'm just
I love that you just brought your fingertips up. You're like oh, that's awesome.
I don't know. I'm just super awkward. I'm just trying to learn to be more natural.
I think you're great. I think you're doing great. And I think natural will come as
it'll take time.
As you talk more.
Like I can talk, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it's something that should be published.
I was talking about you yesterday, and then I was like, April, you're really weird, because Yenna probably doesn't talk about you like this, but I was like, it would be really fun talking to my husband if Yenna was here, because Yenna would yell and it would really motivate you, because you would be able to hear her. You might be able to hear me. I did yell for him and he did hear me, by the way. Yay. But if Yenna was there, she would for sure be able to yell at you, and she would use a lot of profanities, and you would feel really pumped and motivated. It would be awesome if Yenna was here.
Profanity, that I have a very loud voice.
And then he was like, yeah, Yenna's awesome. And I'm like, I know.
Well, I've been thinking every time I see a Hyundai, I'm like, oh, that's April. No, that's not April's car. Or one time I saw a Sonata and I was like, what's Ricky doing here? I'm like, it's not him. He's not here.
So sad. Moving is so sad, but I'm glad we have.
Funny how it's just like a thought. Like I know that you guys don't live here anymore, but it's like, oh, like wait a minute, no, you're not here anymore.
It's so sad. But even though, and this is kind of going away from the podcast talk, like about the podcast talk, still what we're going to be talking about. You've still been working out though regularly. I know because I get notified.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of walks because I don't know, don't have the energy to go to the gym after my husband gets home from work. And they don't allow children there right now because of COVID, I guess still.
Yeah.
So I've been just doing a lot of walks.
I know you've been working out, and we did a competition, and I lost, and I was very bitter about it. I'm not gonna lie. I was very bitter. I was
so serious. I'm like, dang it! No, I have to do this and that. Get those.
I know. I don't know what happened. Like one day, I think it was the day our stuff came.
Oh yes, it was. That's what it was.
I think it was that day. I got behind, and I'm like, I'm never gonna catch up. So what's the freaking point? Like it's all ruined. Really I still try.
It was like the second to last day or something too of the competition, or something like that.
Yeah, I was like, it's all over, and my husband's like, you should still try. What if she messes up? And I'm like, she's not gonna mess up. She's too competitive, and she doesn't have anything to distract her from this. Like she's not going to mess up. I already lost.
My husband and my son will distract me whatever I try in my life. Just always there. Like I was supposed to try to get ready for this, and then I get up and say, can you find my weight gear, like my rain gear? I'm like, I told you where it is. It's at the bottom of that freaking box of your army stuff that I already packed, and I told you, and he said, I don't need it. Can you find it for me? Well, I know where it is. I don't have to find it. It's right there. Go and dig it, but do not make a mess.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Every time I'm trying to do something, he wants something, Noah wants something, Urho wants something. He has become crazy over food. Like he is just a beggar.
Urho.
Like, he asks for things like, hey, I need water or food or go out or whatever. So now if we if the plate is not empty and it's like on a counter waiting to be tossed, he's just like asking for it. And he comes and like, I need it. I need it. I'm like, what is your deal? Like he was never that bad, and now she's
talking about Urho, her pup. He's really funny. Like you don't always know exactly what he wants, but he's telling you what he wants, and then you just have to kind of watch him.
He'll make sure that he like, hey, I want something, and then he's gonna show you.
Yeah, Julio's like that too. Chipper not so much. Chipper doesn't. Julio will show you. He'll be like, well, bam, hit the door. He's like, it's time for me to go out. Well, bam.
Yeah.
And here we have glass doors going out, both doors that they go out. And so I'm like, you touch that door one more time, Julio Bones. Do it. Touch that door. We got to get him
the door from the outside.
We should have done.
When I leave him outside for a little quick bit, and he's like telling me when he's done, he's like, at the door.
Same. Julio never gets ready to come inside, and we have this like children's play set thing in our backyard. And he's made the bottom floor like it's got like an open area to come in, but then it's got a door, and he'll use both. Like he'll go in one but come out the other. It's got a window. I'll be like, Julio, the first time I was so scared, I'm like, where's my dog at? I couldn't find him in our yard, and our yard isn't that big here. And then he like pops his head up and like leans it out the window, and he's like,
like, what?
You're really gonna make me come inside? With his big eyes. He's so cute.
The Odo gets so hot, and he's like, I'm done here, Mom. Let me inside.
We haven't been walking the dogs during the day. We walk them at night here because it's so hot. But I've been walking a lot. Like, I think one day I walked like 5 miles.
Oh, that's good.
And that was pretty exciting. Yeah, it was a lot. And then I'm like, I'm gonna walk 5 miles every day. And then I did not walk 5 miles every day.
Well, that's what I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk, for an hour walk every single morning. And then I was like, the first day I did it, I was like, yay. And then the next day it was like only 30 minutes because I left so late. And I was like, well, no, I need to go home for a nap or whatever. And then it started raining every freaking day. And I was just like, fine.
Yeah, I've worked out some, but I haven't. We started going to yoga together with my husband and I, which is really good. I love that he's so motivated to go to yoga. He's very stiff, and so
that's good.
He's been running a lot more. Like in Missouri, he really didn't work out at all. while he was in school, but he did sometimes, but it's pretty rare. Here he's been very regular, which has been good for me as well.
Yeah.
And then he's into yoga because he's so stiff with running, and that I love that because we get to do it together. But that's kind of where we're at fitness wise.
Yeah, I'm just currently walking, and then I'm trying to do like core workouts, like deep core, kinds of stuff, like get the support going.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, what we're going to do with our podcast, you may be wondering, because we've been all over the place so far, and a lot of our podcasts will probably be a little bit all over the place, but we want to share like our fitness endeavors. So now that the world knows you have agreed to do a Spartan race with me, so even if you don't always do the podcast, you're locked in. I will drag you. I think you will be dragging me to the race, but like training for the Spartan race, we'll share that type of stuff, or just our regular workouts and stuff. We'll talk about what we've been doing and all that stuff.
Maybe I'll should make that my goal and start doing like workouts that support the Spartan race. Like, we're gonna do obstacle training today or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not
and they have so many places on base for you to train for obstacle type things.
For sure.
Especially here.
That's the upside for well, that's the thing, because we were at Fort Bragg before. People probably don't know. We were at the place where April is right now, and that base had a bunch of stuff like obstacles and like trails that had obstacles on it, so you could do all that stuff. And their gyms are
engineering trail has obstacles. Have you done the whole engineering trail?
I'm not sure if I've done the entire thing, but I've been on it for sure. But that was like
they have a lot of things. So I mean, you're only going to be there for a little while longer, but it has stuff too. And then I'm pretty sure Bell Bar will have awesome hikes and stuff too.
Yeah.
Or at least stuff. I hope that they do anyway. But you should start gearing your training towards that. And we don't have to run the same exact race, or we can. I'm thinking I might do a sprint. So a sprint is about 3 miles, give or take. Sprint? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, shit.
The beast though is about 6 miles, I want to say.
What is that in kilometers?
No, not the beast. The sprint. No. I'm so messed up. I'm so mixed up. So you have the sprint, which is what my husband did yesterday, which was about 3 miles. Then you have the super, which is like about 5-6 miles, I think. And then you have a beast, which is like a half marathon. And then you have an ultra beast, which is a marathon.
Jeez Louise.
You have like all these options.
So it's around 5K to 10K. Like the first one is around 5K, and then there's a 10K, and then half marathon and marathon. Oh, what did I sign up for?
Yeah. So I mean, we're just gonna pick one of them. But
now
I feel like
the sprint. How is that a sprint? Well,
the pros were finishing that thing in like less than 30 minutes.
That's fast.
Yeah. I
mean,
the age groups and stuff, I think they were more like the women age group were typically around like 40 plus minutes.
That's still fast.
It's really fast.
You have obstacles.
Yeah.
Over.
So, well, maybe I'm wrong. So the women pros, I think, came in at right around 40 minutes. The first one did. And then, because Ricky was thinking that the pros would come in about that time, the men's, but the men's came in way faster than, which I guess the same people win most of them anyway. But that's why they have like the pros, which they don't call it pros, they call it something else, the elite. That's what they call it. And then you have like the age groups. So the age groups were like in the upper 40s. So like the people that won between the women ages 25 to 29, they were like the upper 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So
interesting.
But I think it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun to train for that and encourage each other across the miles.
Yeah.
And for a common goal.
Now gonna start running for real.
Yeah.
Plan. Real workout plan and actually do those.
It'll be so fun. Well, and then they have the obstacles too. And if you can't do an obstacle and you do a competitive, you're supposed to do burpees. think it's like 30 burpees you have to do. So that's what like really messed Ricky up yesterday. It was the rings. So he did all the obstacles. So there's like a spear throw and like a hoist thing where you have to hoist this bag up, and there's like, you have to do different carries and different, like there's lots of different obstacles, but there was the rings, and the rings have always been really easy for him, and he struggled and fell off when he was almost at the end. And he was really upset with himself. But that's the only one he didn't make it through, but he had to do the burpees, and the burpees took him, it added like 10 minutes or something. Really? He has not been doing burpees to practice.
Burpees are a killer. Like if you don't do them, and like it's easy to get good at them, I feel like, but then if you don't do them, then you're screwed.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Burpees are something like, they're hard, but the more you do them, the easier it is to do. So, but yeah, that's definitely probably one of the first places that I'll start, because realistically, I could walk a sprint at this point. Like if I were to just straight up walk like at a brisk pace, I would finish a sprint in under an hour, or right at an hour right now. And then doing the obstacles adds time onto that, but failing the obstacles adds a lot more time on it. So I'm excited. We're going to have fun.
It's so fun.
It'll be fun to share pain with you in the form of a Spartan race. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, so what we're going to be doing. So we are going to interview people that we find inspiring or inspirational or interesting. And we'll also try to interview experts in the field of, I listed this out so I wouldn't forget any of them, but of fitness, experts that are at weight loss, healthy living, healthy eating, or any other field that we believe will help us live each day. Anything that will help us live each day a little brighter. I can't really talk, but also just people who inspire us. So just because we interview someone who may be on a weight loss journey, that doesn't mean we're calling them experts. Like if we interview someone and we're saying they're an expert at weight loss or for people, then they're going to have like an MD title. Like they're going to be, or like, they're going to be legit experts, which I don't know at what point experts will want to talk to little us, but.
and a disclaimer, we are not saying that we are experts on anything. So
no, we are not. We are experts at our very own selves, I feel like. But aside from anything outwardly, like I am pretty knowledgeable about what I need, but I can't tell anyone what they need. So we do not claim to be experts at anything. We are very passionate people about fitness though. And that's where that stops, like Jenna said. So we will also dedicate some we will also dedicate some episodes to like books that maybe inspire us, or certain topics that have really captured our interest, where it's maybe just me and Jenna talking or discussing topics, and we won't be interviewing anyone. So we're going to kind of do a variety, but it will always be in the realm of helping us live each day a little brighter and a light and happy place. We want this to be a good, happy place for you to come spend some time with us.
Inspiring place.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm looking at the baby monitor, because it looked like he was about to wake up, but he's still asleep.
Aw, sweet baby. But we want essentially, and I said this earlier, to be your workout buddies. So whether you're going for walks or hikes or just doing your cardio or cleaning your house, we want you to be able to hang out with us for a little bit of extra motivation or inspiration, and maybe hearing if we're struggling with our workouts, maybe that will help you past your struggle. I know it helps me when me and Jenna talk about that type of stuff. So hopefully it will help you too. Would you like to add anything to what we will be talking about?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think you covered it pretty well.
Good. Our podcast will be weekly, so we'll have new episodes go out Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Jenna won't be here on all the podcasts here at first. We just wanted to go ahead. You what?
I have a lot going on in this.
She does.
Next couple of months, even.
Yeah. Jenna, like pretty much almost for the rest of this year, I feel like you have a bunch of fun like trips and things planned. So Jenna might not always be here with me although this is Wake Up Bright with April and Jenna. So, let's see. Long, awkward pause.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, so we just want to get started. We want to get started with the podcast. Why am I sitting like this?
I don't know. Hello.
And the podcast will eventually be available on most podcasting directories. So we want to try and get listed on Apple Podcast. We don't know when that will happen. And Spotify, like all of the places. We want it to be all of the places. But for now, it will definitely be available via a dedicated YouTube channel. This first month, I'm going to put these videos on my YouTube channel, so April Lauren, and then starting next month, it will have that dedicated channel, and it will be available to download on my website. So that will all be linked in the description below of this, or the description on the podcast itself, if that's where you found us. And there's all of those details.
Yeah.
The last little bit is that we want to hear from you. So if there's books that you're interested, that you would love for us to read, or you feel like would help us in some way, that would be fun for us to discuss, make sure you comment below or send us an email, and let us know. Let us know what we should be reading. And if there's a topic that you want to hear, you have certain ideas, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, any questions?
Yeah, questions that you have. Or people that you want us to interview. So anyone that you want to hear us talk with, to hang out with, talk about working out and fitness things, or life and living each day a little brighter, then let us know.
Yes, guide us to the inspiring people around you.
Yeah, definitely. We're always looking to be inspired. So we want to hear from you. We want guidance.
No, fun fact, we don't know what we're doing.
No, you're not.
This is also
guys. Thanks for spending time with us today. We don't know what we're doing, which is a very true statement. We're lost. That's funny. My aunt yesterday, she texted me, and I texted her a picture of us in response, like me and my husband, and Ricky was covered in mud, and she's like, "Where are y'all?" Because we're in the middle of this field and he's covered in mud, and she's like, "You look lost." And I'm like, "Well, he just ran a race. I just always look lost."
You look lost. No.
It's so funny. It's funny.
Yeah, this is what it's gonna be like. We're just gonna be talking and having fun, and
yeah, and we want to hear from you on what you think's fun. So.
Yeah, we want to interact with you guys.
Yes. Well, do you have any last words for this podcast episode?
No, it just went by so quick all of a sudden. Like, we're just talking, all of a sudden we're here. Oh, the first episode is done.
Yeah, it is almost. It's almost a wrap.
Yeah.
But we love you guys, and we're so glad that you spent this like 5 hours with us while we chit-chatted and caught up. And we hope that you live each day a little brighter and you enjoy our hits. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Hop over to Wake Up Bright for more details. We are so unbelievably excited to be sharing our podcast with you as we learn and grow. Your HIIT podcast will only keep getting better and better. We have big things in store for this month and beyond, and we welcome your ideas in the comments below. Let us know what you think, questions you have, and anything else you'd like to share. Love you all so much. See you next time.